All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have my tools with me today, and that word I was looking about as far as President Carter is concerned. Let me read what from the Manual of Life. It says, "A good man deals graciously and lends. He will guide his affairs with discretion." In other words, people, we all have something that we're not proud of, things that we've done in our past. We're all working on something to try and become better men and women and children, sons and daughters, pastors and husbands, right? But you want to season that with discretion. You just don't go around and talk to people about Jesus and you say, accept Christ Jesus because look what he did for me. He saved me. I was a murderer. Whoa. All that you just did, unless the person that you're talking to was a murderer, he's not going to receive that very well. So Jimmy Carter, yeah, he had problems, but he confessed things right at his presidency, and it seemed that it got slipperier and slipperier from there. I remember the Carter administration very well, but now he's going around talking about racism. So I'm going to come back to that. That's not my topic today. For today, let me come back and open up with the story of this grad student. His name was Brian. I'm not going to get into the details of it, but Brian was 35 years old. He was a very highly intelligent man because you just don't wake up and go to school and get grants, from prestigious universities or two prestigious universities, going to, understanding a science, he was, had the ability to go to U.S. Naval Academy for his doctorate. He was NASA, he was working for them currently. He had six-figure income with another big name organization. And when his marriage was coming to an end, he was setting himself up, not his family, but himself up to make even more money. Now, I don't claim to know the whole story because any pastor knows there's always two sides to every story. Not many stories, but every story has a second side. It could be the fact that the woman may have had, the wife could have had an affair. Maybe she didn't. Okay. It could be that maybe he, through a down economy, he was maybe he lost his six-figure income and was forced to go back to school and take a low-income job based on where he was at $27,000. So see, there's several ways to look at it. But the only way that you really can look at it from my perspective, and God has given me a perspective or a viewing advantage that's way up high, to look at it from God's perspective, to look at it from a holy and righteous perspective that puts the fault on both sides. Matter of fact, you can put a fault even on the side of the judge. The female judge said that we know that you're going back to school and you're trying to set yourself up for your future, but this child needs to live a certain cushy lifestyle like he could have had and should have had when you was making six figures. Not getting into the personal background or the personal history per se. Maybe she did, maybe they didn't. But see, I'm spinning it. Like the world does, they spin things. But see, I'm spinning it so that those who are watching me, I want you to say, But the bottom line of it is that this government, see, this is what government does to people. Without understanding, maybe this woman who hired her own attorney, maybe they were trying to destroy this young man and put the little bird in her ear because she knew maybe she has a track record of giving men the short end of the stick all the time. So see, it's really all about the money nowadays. It's the power and the money and the power. But the demonic spirits really kicked in when Mr. Benedict, Mr. Benedict, Brian Benedict, I'll go ahead and give his first and last name. When he got to the place where now he was demanded to double what his child support should be. Hopelessness set in. And if they were real believers, you know, totally trusted in God and had a good support system by a pastor and people that they maybe confess their faults one to another with, you know, maybe there could have been help there. And pretty much I'm pretty sure that if my job is to get closer to people that have situations and circumstances, but maybe they did not have the opportunity, maybe they did. But when the demonic spirit kicks in, now see, we know about I talked to you about the conspiracy, the demonic conspiracy that's against all of mankind. The devil is a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. And he thought that his opportunity, when a man or a woman gets depressed, their face cast down and all their dreams come to an end. And this man, being 35 years old, it seemed like he had a fairy tale life. Was able to go to school, get a A80 degree, a B80 degree, a master's degree, made 6 figures, was still young and about to be a doctor at 35, so on and so forth. Maybe in his mind he was going to set up his son to maybe go ahead and get the bigger dollar beyond that, later in his life. But see, now nobody knows and nobody cares for the most part, because the crime has been done. A life has been taken. The demonic forces are having an extra drug or alcoholic beverage to go around in their devilish little dark bars somewhere in the center of the earth somewhere, because another life was taken because of foolishness. And the thing that proves that is a story that I'm about to pull out here now. That says that the court finds that the care and maintenance of the child is more important than the care and maintenance of the father's schooling. And that's what was in the summary. And then it says authorities said there weren't any incidents of domestic violence between Brian Benedict and his wife throughout this whole time. And it goes back to the story that I read to you guys, I may have talked about many years back, when this little boy, preteen, or maybe in his just about maybe to hit 13 years old, was standing in a field, standing afar off with something like a 30-30 or 22 Magnum rifle, and he was sitting in the bushes, not in the bushes, but in the forest, where nobody could see him, laying in the leaves, and he was picking off, being a good shot by his grandparents and parents, that for hunting purposes, were picking off people in the schoolyard, pow, shooting them down with great accuracy. And evidently, as he was changing bullets or reloading or something, something slowed him down, the authorities and people were able to creep up behind and snatch him and yanked the little boy up and took his weapon away from him and said, "Why are you doing this?" The little boy said, "I don't know." And that is one of the realities of possession and oppression from demonic spirits. Once they come in and inside and move your soul, your emotions to out beyond comprehension, you just get that devilish dark side that picks up inside your character, and it motivates you, encourages you to do those things that are ungodly, unholy, and unnatural. You're not in your natural mind. People sometimes they try and go and say what they call a temporary insanity. Well, folks, there is such a thing as temporary insanity if you know anything about the demonic world, and it is insane. Now that this woman is dead and gone, 3 lives ruined by demonic forces. So folks, I'm going to take a little break right now. We're going to come back here in just a few moments. Remember now, stay tuned, call somebody and tell them that the Light Man is on the air, and be a part of the broadcast. Call in, send a Gmail. Love to talk to you. Be right back.